All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We are back with another episode. Again, we are back again. We are live, guys. Let's go, let's go. Market was interesting today. We had some interesting movement. We're going to break down the chart, but as usual, we're going to start by checking out, taking a quick look at the fear and greed. Um, there you go. Greed is going up a little bit. We're not too crazily high as of now. We're just going up just a little bit. Before I get into it completely, everyone, just have to give you guys that as a disclaimer, so that way YouTube do not strike my content again. I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say is not any suggestions for you to buy, hold, or sell. Anything you do is completely up to you. What I do is provide you some technical analysis and maybe talk about what I'm doing personally for my portfolio. Hopefully, you can get some insight into that, and you can learn how to read the chart better. And especially in those times when the market seems to be a bit unstable, I can provide some comfort to you guys. Right now, let's take a look at the free and grid market real quick. You can see that right now. Stock market is currently at 26 when it comes to fear, and crypto right now is right around 26 as well. So there's not a big move that happened. Really, nothing big that happens. We can see where we are. We're rising up a little bit, but we're still in fear. And when we're in fear, specifically extreme fear, these times are actually the best time that I buy. That's the best time I buy when there's extreme fear. All right. So now let's what we're going to do right now. We're gonna jump in the chart real quick, just do a quick review and see exactly what happened in the stock market today. Just taking a look at the all the action that happened. All right. Let's bring that up. Perfect. Now we are ready. Let me just switch over real quick to that portfolio. That's the portfolio that I review. First up on the list, again, guys, it is Bitcoin. Currently, that's the first one on the list. Bitcoin gave us a bit of a scare in the beginning of the day. It was pretty much not really moving. It was pretty much flat. You can see that right here. We were pretty much flat. Um, for most of the day. Then we rallied up a bit of a pullback, but that's okay. We're still filling up. Again, I think my immediate target for Bitcoin is this level currently. This is the daily. This is my immediate target. And then once we get here, hopefully we can break that. I'm hoping with the Fed cut, which is now at a 77 percent chance that we are actually getting a cut. We currently at 70, yeah, about 7. Actually, I think it's close to 90 now. It might have went up a little bit today. Um, we right there for a cut, so we'll see exactly how all of that pans out. Okay, let's see here. Let's take a quick look at ETH. At ETH, you can see ETH is right now right under this level. It is very, very important for ETH to take this level. It is very, very important because if ETH cannot take this specific level, that would count as what? All right. Let me just grab my tool real quick. So that would count as a break. Um, Count as almost like as a break and retest. Yeah, we did a little bit of double bottom at this level. But if he cannot break this level, ultimately this is what this would represent, which would give us that. So we really need ETH to do what it needs to do, and take that level right now. Okay. For those of you tuning in, do me a favor and just smash the like button for me. Smash the like button. That's how That's how we get the channel promoted. I do this. I'm trying to make sure that I help. So that's how we get the channel promoted and push things out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see on the if we check out the 4 hours and see what we're doing. The 4 hours is actually looking pretty good actually in ETH, right? Yesterday we talked about this level right here yesterday. We said we needed to make that we said we needed to make that right shoulder yesterday, and right now making that we are making that right shoulder, right? Uh, we are making that right shoulder right now, um, and what we expecting for the rest of the for that move to be completed is a continuation of there. But then again, we still have a lot of work to do because we're going to have to take out that trend line. That trend line is a level we absolutely need to take out. Okay. All right. So now if we actually go and check out the SPX, we can dig in and see what happens. First and foremost, if we're looking at the daily, we can see what happens with that's the 4 hours. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the quick look at the daily. What did I talk about? When we got to this level, I said most likely what we're going to do here, right inside of that level, is we are going to most likely consolidate at that level. We are going to consolidate and consolidating at this current level, so that way we can have that inverted head and shoulders pattern to carry us to the end of the year for that center rally. This is what we're pretty much looking at right now. And this is exactly what we are doing. Are we ready to go yet? Is it go time? I mean, the setup is actually is not too bad right now. If we look at that, if we wanna draw that, we can see right here we have the support level and we have resistance right in here. So this is the range. We have this little range for the past 4 days that we either tap in the top or tap in the bottom, but ultimately we're still inside of this level right here. But right now with this candle looks very bullish. It is possible we may gap tomorrow, but if in case we might have some bad data tomorrow I believe we have unemployment data comes out. As a matter of fact, while I'm checking that, let's take a quick look at the economy calendar and see exactly what's coming up, what's in the pipeline for tomorrow. Oh, looking at the wrong thing here, folks, sorry about that. Okay, we'll go on market watch. Okay, so tomorrow Thursday we have initial jobless claims in the morning, and then we have Vice Fed Chair Bowman speaks. Hopefully, when he comes out, he says he supports. He thinks we're too restrictive, and he supports some QE. That would be great. To have another one, pretty much committed to cut interest rate. That would be awesome. Going back on the chart again, if we have numbers that the market likes, what I think going to happen tomorrow is most likely we're going to gap above this level, right? And once we gap above this level, the battle will be fought right in here, because as of right now, while we still doing that, so I like the fact that we having that bit of resistance. I mean, that support level that's here, right? We're consolidating in here. We still have to contend with this this level, this previous resistance level. we still have to go take that out. So that would be the next fight. Is that going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. But if we do have numbers the market likes, I do believe we might just gap above this level and take that level. And if that happens, I do think we will be on our way to my prediction. Actually, I think I put that there. I always talk about that. I do think this is our best case. I think by end of the year, this is my prediction. By end of the year, we're going to 7,000. I thought when we were making that move earlier in October, I thought that was way too fast and way too soon for that to happen. There would be a pullback. And I kept saying, let's watch. We have to be careful and watch for that pullback. And we did get it. And I think this is sort of like the market is sort of like acting like sort of like a rubber band. It's just pulling back just so it could shoot up. That's pretty much what I see happening right now. So if we gap above that level, I think we in for some good stuff. But let's review what happened today. The market was a bit volatile today. I think we can all agree. If we go in the 30 minutes, we can see exactly what happens in the 30 minutes. So this was the first 30 minutes of the trading day. Obviously, you guys can see what pretty much happened. That's the first 30 minutes, right in here. We went down, we test that support level, then we bounce back up, we reclaim VWAP and the 9 EMA. Blue line is the 9 EMA, and this is the VWAP. The orange line is the VWAP, and we take this level and we pretty much go for a bit. As you can see again, when I'm talking about this is a level of consolidation, it's very choppy in here. Uh, this is dirty, right? If you trading this and you don't really know what you're doing and your entry is not perfect, you probably were losing money all through in here. My best case, the best thing that I did, I have my day trading a bit that I do. I typically try to do them early in the morning. I have my specific setup that I trade, and I share that with my community. So that's the way that is done. But aside from that, you know, we just stay out of that. We're not taking any long calls beside things we were already in at the bottom when things went down. If we go on the 2 hours, right? This is the 2 hours. The 2 hours looks like okay, we're having a bit of a pullback, but then again, what can we exactly see that as? This is like a break and retest, right? And then we're looking for the next leg up. This is a break and retest for us to get the next leg up. Right now, we just want this level to hold. If that level holds, that means tomorrow again, our only fight is in here. I want the fight to move up, right? Because we've spent enough time down here consolidating, and we breaking out of that range. I want us to take that and start having a different range before we get the complete breakout. Um, let's take a look at the Nasdaq and see how tech stocks did today. Tech stocks actually did very well again today. Earlier on, I think there was when that news came out about, I believe it was about Microsoft. That news came out, and it was about how Microsoft had lowered sales quota for the AI products, and that pretty much crashed the market. Well, not, let me not say crash. That's a bit of that's a strong term. Let's say we had a drop. We had a sizable drop, and everyone can feel it. If I go in the 30 minutes, you'll see exactly what that looks like right before the open. Um, there you go. This is what we were doing right before the open, and then this article came out. Isn't it interesting that article came out and this happened exactly when we were at the high of the previous day? Almost perfect. Right at resistance level, that news came out, and when that news came out, we went from 623 points all the way down to 617, all the way down to here. And then while we were down here, that's when Microsoft, I believe CNBC reached out to Microsoft for some clarification and for some comments. When they reach out, Microsoft told them the article is inaccurate. They did not lower sales quota. What they lowered were AI growth. So they don't think they're going to go as fast as they thought they were going to grow, but it's not necessarily their sales that they have scaled back, pretty much. But anyway, again, I would encourage everyone again, if you haven't done so, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell just for future reference whenever I go live, so you can get that notification so you don't miss anything. And if there's anybody else that you know that's in the market or just interested in technical analysis, feel free to share these videos with them to help the channel grow. If we Let's move on to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 also did its thing. If you're looking at that, this is great. This is a great setup because what we can see here, we had a bit of a consolidation zone that happens here again. And if we want to call that an exact pattern, we can say what we had here, and you'll see it. This is your flagpole. You had a flag. You had a flag done here. This is the support level. This is the long flagpole. This is a very long flagpole. And what we just did, we just breaking out of the flag. This is breaking out. I would have liked to have a little bit more volume. The volume was a bit low for me, but that's not something to be too worried about. Because again, it is December. Volume is typically a little lower than that. People are still getting back to the office and whatnot. So that's sort of expected, but we're breaking out of that pole. But given the size of that pole, typically with that type of setup, that type of pattern, um, the second leg of that move is going to be about the same length as the pole, if not longer. That's the norm. That's typically what happens. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know, right? I don't have a magic 8 ball. All I can say is, okay, this would be the major that level would be the target, the final target for me. But then again, there can always be pullback and things like that. A lot of things can happen. If we just put the Fibonacci on real quick, we can see those levels and see exactly where they are. Yep. I think that's the reason I still think 700 in the SPY or 7,000 in the S&P 500, the SPX, is not too ridiculous, because if we do have that breakout, right, the distance from that pole to this level here and from that pole to up there is actually just about half. So that would be an easy move to make, as long as we don't have any sort of black swan event where we got completely surprised by some really bad news. And I just don't think they're going to mess with the market around this time. This is around the holidays. They want us spending money. They want us well fed during Thanksgiving, right? You're happy, you're making money, and the holidays come. They want us to go out and shop. And there's a lot of industries, they make all of their money literally around the holidays. So if the market underperform, if the market underperform and things just doesn't go well, and whatever, they pretty much might just lose their entire year. Um, so that's why I don't think anything's bad going to happen. And on top of that, if we technically speaking, we are looking very good. We're setting up a very nice pattern for ourselves. Um, if we go in the 4 hours, just to break that down just a little bit more, right? Actually, just one thing. There's just one thing that we did not check. Just wanted to go back right here to the MACD and whatever. You can see the MACD is actually coursing up. Right now, the MACD is coursing up. You can see that right here. Okay. MACD is crossing up on the daily. MACD is now positive, which is very, very bullish. 4 hours again, we can see what the 4 hours just did. We have that long tail that came to top this level that we draw. I believe that was since yesterday we had that level there when I did that review. Literally the SPY just came down, hit that support level, and bounced right back up. And right now we're above the current resistance. We're looking for that move to pretty much continue. Going down to the 2 hours. Going down to the 2 hours, pretty much same thing. 2 hours, you can see still we're still looking good. There's no specific pattern right now really showing, except the fact that you can say there's a little mini flag pattern being formed like right in there, right? So we need this level of support to hold. We need this level of support to hold. Or worst case scenario, if we do have a dip tomorrow, we have a dip right down to the 9 EMA or and the VWAP, and then we curl right back up. That's what we need. So to all the people that was calling for market crash 40%, 50%, and whatever, sorry to disappoint you guys. The market is on a roll right now, and the bulls have completely taken over. I think bears are trapped right down here. When that move happened, let me go on the 30 minutes so everyone can see it. When this move right in here happened, and a lot of because that's a key structural level, and a lot of people pile in and bought and went short, and that market just pushed right back up. Everyone who bought puts or shorted stocks down here, they all trapped. They all trapped, and the only way to get out of it is for them to buy those shares back. And guess what happens when they buying back? And the fact that people like myself and every other bulls out there who sees that move and actually bought that we bought shares. One, we're not selling. Two, you have new people coming in that was waiting for that breakout because some people only buy the second leg of the move because they don't want to take that high risk trade. I've always said that I'm more of I'm an aggressive trader, so I'm taking trades down at this level because I do believe the support is going to hold, right? So for me, I'm already in good profit in this move, but for some people, they don't take that trade down here, and that's perfectly fine. Most people, what they would want to do is to wait. Okay, so that was a consolidation zone. We're breaking out, and now that we break out, right? They want to see confirmation. Meaning confirmation, they need a tomorrow. They need that candle tomorrow to close above that level, above 683.89. That would be confirmation that the move will continue to go up. All right, we can still pull back if something weird happen, but that's typically the way most people trade. But for me, I'm trying to get the beginning of the move. I trade aggressively. Everyone trade differently. Depends on your risk tolerance. That's how everyone go about it. Yeah, so bears are trap. We look like we're making that nice. I'm really liking that. Seems like we completely breaking out again. That's the pattern we're looking at. And then when this happen, we typically have a long move coming up. And bar any sort of black swan event, we should be going up nicely. If we go take a quick look at again, I think I've talked about the volatility index. If we take a look at the volatility index, what we what we can see right down here, I mean, we are at a almost like at a support level right down here, but as of right now, I don't see this having any sort of life. It's not showing any life at all. Literally, all it shows was it went down and it did a bit of a pullback to the 9 EMA, and then it's continuing that leg down. The only unfortunate part for those of us who trade options, that does option trading, you're going to see when stock going up and stuff like that, your contracts are not going to increase in value as fast. That's just the nature of the beast. But the good news is, right as of right now, based on what I'm looking at, we look to be in pretty good hands, and you can see the volatility index, the VIX is hugging the 9 EMA on the way down. That's something that's still trending down. If I dig in the 30 minutes to see if there's maybe any sort of divergence building, there's none at this point. There's none at this point. We don't really have anything. If we take a quick look at the overnight market, this is the S&P 500 futures. So this is currently live, right? If we take a look at that currently, it seems like we are dipping slightly back inside of the zone. But then again, this is super early. Although we see it's coming back inside that zone right now, but it's still above the 9 EMA, which is still a bullish sign above the 9 EMA. And the great news is it looks like the MACD is looking to possibly curl up. So we would really need for that to happen. Okay. What you guys may hear in the background, apologize for that. That's my little boy coming in to say hello to everybody. Uh, you wanna come and say hi to everyone? Okay, say hi, say guys. I will be trading pretty soon with everybody. I'm just not ready yet. All right. Uh, okay, so that's about it. This is all we're covering right now. That's about all I'm covering right now. It's 9:30. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hopefully, again, I'll give you some gems as you go into trading day tomorrow. Last thing I'll say, again, this is the time I'm getting on my soapbox. Just a little bit. Um, Make sure if you day trading that you have a trading plan and you follow your trading plan. Having a trading plan pretty much puts you ahead of everyone else. Just remember that. Just having that trading plan puts you ahead of everyone else because most people that's trading have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no idea. So if you have a trading plan that you're following, you're already ahead of the pack. And the fact that you are trading anyway, the possibility to be your own boss and make your own schedule and have that bit of freedom with trading is endless. I always encourage people to look for ways to be your own boss. The way things are going right now, it is a sad thing. When you're looking at the news every day, you see maybe Amazon. Amazon they just had their earnings and they had a record profit. And how exactly did they reward those employees who helped them make that record profit? They firing about 30,000 people. Now, I'm not saying whether this is good or bad for Amazon. I'm just letting you know, as long as you're working for somebody, the one thing I could say is if you give them the option, if they can feed you, they can starve you. That's pretty much the way it is. If they can help you pay your bills, then they can stop you from being able to afford your life. So, welcome to the stock market. If you hear the fact that you already hear, that means you're taking that seriously and you're trying to learn or you're trying to confirm certain things. And I'm glad and happy to have you as part of the trading community overall. Um, and if you have any questions, you have any comments, please drop them below. Again, the one thing that we are doing, and I'm asking everyone to do, is the end of the year. Start doing a shopping list. Start looking at which stocks are you going to do your swing plays on, which stocks you want to buy shares on, and so forth. Again, preparation, that's something that is key. You have to know, you have to be prepared so that way when the stock hits specific levels that you want, right? You can strike. This is not gambling. This is not something that you do just because you feel like it. If you want to gamble with your money, hey, that's up to you. But there's a way to do this, and technical analysis gives you an edge. Just make sure you keep practicing, you keep looking at things and setting up your levels, set up alerts or check things daily just to see if things have hit your levels. That will make you a much, much better trader and you would definitely see a difference. Just make sure you have your plan, follow the plan. And that being said, best of luck to everyone. Good night. Stay safe and stay green. And if you're in the West Coast, try to find a way to stay warm. It's cold. It's freezing cold in New York. I am in New York, so if you are in the West Coast, I hope you find a way to. Well, if you're in Canada, I know we have a couple of people that lives in Canada. I hope you guys are staying warm.